As a busy dad, I understand the value of every moment of personal free time. I'll be assessing games based on their value reward, cost, time commitment, effort required, stress level, difficulty, importance of completion, multiplayer compatibility, accessibility, and modding replayability. Whether a game helps you relax or keeps you on edge, whether it's a one-time experience or offers endless replay value, I'll cover it all to help you make informed decisions about your gaming purchases. Ultimately, it's subjective, but I'll share my insights to guide you. That's why I'm here, to help you navigate which games are truly worth your investment. Ghost of Tsushima is a unique experience where you must defend Tsushima from Mongol invaders. The game immerses you into its beautiful world as you slice through enemies with powerful strikes and well-timed dodges. This game truly lets you live the samurai fantasy through its combat and story-driven quests. Ghost of Tsushima is a special game to me. It explores the dilemma of fighting for honor versus fighting for survival. You are constantly faced with the contradicting feelings of saving your home and saving a culture, an idea, a belief, or the honor of an entire nation. The game is extremely immersive, allowing you to feel the tension and pain that Jin Sakai feels as he slowly drifts from everything he knew and held dear. As you slowly take back Tsushima from the Mongol invaders, you realize that in order to save your home, and as many people as possible, you have to abandon the samurai code. Using underhanded tactics and stooping to the level of your sworn enemies, you become an outcast. You feel there is no other option though, because the samurai you once were died on the beach the day the Mongols invaded. As you stray from the honor you once had, you become a figurehead for the people of Tsushima. Traditions that were once held dear are now chains that hold you back from saving the very thing you are fighting for. You become what the people need, and in the process, a martyr for justice. You accept that you are now the enemy of the government. To save your home, it must be done. And so you move forward, because this is your cross to bear, as the savior of Tsushima. A ghost which seeks vengeance on the enemies of your home. A traitor to his nation. A hero to its people. Every aspect of Ghost of Tsushima makes it a dad-friendly game. Value reward. An immersive story with emotional twists and turns that the player cannot help but become invested in. An amazing combat system which becomes a vehicle for feeling like a powerful samurai warrior. A challenging experience that rewards you with feelings of accomplishment and excitement. Effort. Ghost of Tsushima is a generally large game. There are many side quests, but you can ignore almost all of them. If you would prefer to just get through the game, then you can do that. I found that the side quests were filled with enjoyable and rewarding storylines. You'll naturally be drawn to the stories and the characters that tell those stories. All of the side quests are worth doing in my opinion. Stress. Combat is an exciting and intense part of the game. But with practice, you become more confident in your abilities, and you can overcome any challenge. Combat is relatively easy and memorable, since interacting with the different combat elements becomes natural and enjoyable. Difficulty. There are several different difficulty options to allow for an enjoyable experience for all players. Is it worth beating? The ending of Ghost of Tsushima ties all of the hard work and time that you've put into the game. The climax and satisfying conclusion happen in the last moments of the game. I think it is completely worth finishing. Multiplayer. Ghost of Tsushima has a 4-player online experience called Legends Mode. It's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. There are several modes to play in. A 2-player short story mode, Rivals, where you compete in 2 teams of 2 in competition with each other, and Survival, which is a 4-player PvE experience. There's also a raid mode, but I have not been able to play this mode yet since you need to have a certain level. Accessibility. Please use a controller. This game was designed with a controller in mind. I think you should focus on the game as you play, but if you need, you can stream it onto your phone, though I don't recommend it. Modding and replayability. There is a New Game Plus mode, DLC, and multiplayer, which are all very enjoyable. I could see myself completing this game as well if I had more time. I might play through again in the future. Time. 25 hours on average, 60 hours for completion. Cost. The game costs $60, which includes the DLC on Steam. After the last moments in Ghost of Tsushima, when the dust has settled, and you confront the consequences of your choices, Mono no aware is the phrase that appears to you. In the words of Stephen Jopic, it literally translates to the pathos of things, but more loosely, it could also mean the beauty of things passing. As an emotion, it falls somewhere between sorrow and serenity. And so to feel mono no aware is to experience impermanence, the inevitability of change, and the tranquility of transience, often all of these things at once. As a father, this Japanese phrase means so much. While my wife and I prepared to be parents, we fantasized about the newborn experience. We longed for our child to come to us healthy and strong. We wanted to experience the joys of being first-time parents. When our daughter was born, she wasn't breathing. She was rushed to the NICU, and there she spent 5.5 weeks, connected to tubes, devices, and she experienced all sorts of pain. We are very blessed to have our daughter alive and healthy today. Through a miracle of God, she's with us, healthy and strong. As time goes on, my wife and I think about those 5 weeks. We can never get those first few weeks of her life back. We can never have our freshly born daughter being held in our arms again. As I ponder on the significance of that moment, I have 2 thoughts. I'm so grateful she's alive. And I'm so sad that we miss those precious moments with her. All things must come to an end. All life is short. But that's also what makes those experiences so precious. As fathers who enjoy video games, our lives will never be what they once were. We can never go back to the time when we sat on the couch with our friends and played hours on end with no care in the world. But I don't think we would want that either. We appreciate our new family, and we love them dearly, and we would never give them up. We look back on our lives and what they used to be with a peaceful, joyful sorrow. All things must end, but the end is just the beginning of another story. Ghost of Tsushima represents change. and the loss of things that once were. The samurai code, the samurai themselves, disappearing over time. As you play the game, you'll feel a peaceful sorrow. And you might not be able to explain it. But as you connect yourself with Jin Sakai and everything about this game, you'll realize something about yourself that you didn't know before. And as we move forward, we learn to appreciate every moment with our family, our friends, and the people we love most. Ghost of Tsushima taught me that I can appreciate the loss of a loved one. I can appreciate the time I spent with people that I no longer want to talk to. I can appreciate the good things that happened without wholly relying on the negativity of it all. I can have a peaceful sorrow, and that's okay. And it lets us move on for bigger and better things.